Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me sink into my bed here, sitting in the corner of my bed, of course. Today I'm taking on a big task and I'm gonna be ranking every single Taylor Swift song, okay? I've always loved Taylor Swift, like since I was a little girl. I remember literally my summer camp talent show, I performed Fearless for everybody. I would just sit in my bedroom and like watch her music videos and just like listen to her music. And then, I don't know, somewhere like maybe early middle school-ish, I feel like I wasn't so much listening to her. I like wasn't so familiar with her. I can't really remember what happened. I never disliked Taylor Swift, but for like a year or so there, I feel like I just wasn't really listening. And then I feel like it was probably like end of middle school, maybe even earlier, I don't know, but me and my best friend Peyton, we were like sitting in her bedroom and we were like just staying up late and sharing so many memories and talking about Taylor Swift songs. We're probably like 12 years old with her little speaker just going through and playing all these Taylor Swift songs that we forgot about and just talking about like how nostalgic all of them were and how much we love it. And I feel like since that point, my love for Taylor Swift was reignited and I've been a Swiftie since then. I've been a Swiftie since my whole life, I guess, really. I'll say now, I think I know my top 3 albums are Red is my number 1. I think I would put Fearless at number 2, and then probably Folklore number 3. But it's so hard to choose. Recently, me and my friends, we went on a little road trip, and my friend and I, Peyton, we were driving on the way home, going through Taylor's discography and like playing our favorite songs from each album, and it was reminding me of this YouTube video that I saw years ago by Julia Cudney. She uploaded this video 6 years ago of ranking every single Taylor Swift song, and I remember watching that and being so entertained by it. So I figured, why not do it myself? Obviously, since 6 years ago, Taylor has expanded her discography hugely. She has so many songs. So this was really a difficult thing to do. I've already ranked them. I'm going to go through and tell you guys. But basically, to try to figure this out, first I used like the Tumblr ranking thing where it asks you this song or this song, and then it takes all that and it ranks your whole, like every single Taylor Swift song for you. So I started with that because I wanted to rank it like genuinely song by song, but there's just so many songs that like I use that, but then I would look through the list and be like, oh, I don't know, I feel like I put this above this and this above this. It's just so hard. There's so many songs. It's so hard to choose like one list of like, okay, top to bottom, this is what I like. So instead, I decided to make a tier list to make it a little easier so I can just kind of rank them by tiers, and then I'll probably rank my top like 15 to number 1, what I love the most. I'll go through and tell you my tiers, okay? The bottom tier is I Forgot That You Existed. This is songs that I don't necessarily dislike, I just literally never listened to, or I just like haven't connected with. They're just songs that I never play and I don't feel really strongly positively or negatively about them. They're just kind of there and I never really listened to them. After that is Left You at the Motel Bar. These are songs that I'm maybe like not so much a fan of, I know, whatever, but there are some songs that I maybe don't love as much. Then after that is Depends on My Mood. So songs that like I like, I don't know, just depends if I feel like playing them, maybe not like my favorite song ever. After that is She's Really Good. This is probably the biggest section, but she's really good. These are songs that I love, I listen to all the time, but they're still a few more steps above, okay? After that is Marvelous Tune. These two are like pretty similar tier levels, I would say, but Marvelous Tune, I maybe like a little bit more than I do with She's Really Good. Then the next level up is Iconic. These are songs that I love so much. They're like my favorite Taylor Swift songs, except there's the God tier level above, and those are my top like 15 songs. So I'm gonna try to do this all in one sitting, but there are a lot of Taylor Swift songs, and I'm gonna try to not talk too much about each one because I'll literally be sitting here for hours, but let's just get into it. This is gonna take me forever. Let's just start. Also, I'm not including any like special tracks. There, like I've said so many times, there's so many Taylor Swift songs, so I'm just using songs that are tied to an album, like no movie singles, nothing like that. No like Taylor Swift featured on another artist's songs. These are songs that are from the albums, including Taylor's version and bonus tracks, stuff like that, but only songs that are tied to albums. And I'm also not going to include Ronin or Soon You'll Get Better because I don't know, I feel like they're like sensitive topics and I just don't want to rank those. I feel weird. So yeah, first tier is I Forgot That You Existed. Hopefully this should be one of the easier ones to get through because like I said, I just don't really have strong opinions about these songs. They're just kind of there, and I never really listen to them or put them on in the car. I just don't feel strongly positively or negatively. So starting off are a few songs from Debut. Obviously I love Debut. She's like so nostalgic and everything, but they're just songs that I just don't really like listen to. I don't know. They're a little younger, and also I was born in 2003. So honestly for me, Fearless was kind of like the OG album. I feel like there's obviously iconic songs on Debut that I love, but I feel like it came right before me. So I feel like Fearless is when I was like really locked in. So a lot of songs on Debut I just don't ever really listen to. So don't take offense to any of these, but songs that I just never really play from Debut include Invisible, Stay Beautiful, The Outside, Tied Together with a Smile, Mary Song, I know that might kill some people, A Perfectly Good Heart, Cold as You, which I know a lot of people love, and also A Place in This World, which is, I love A Place in This World, but like, I never listen to that, if I'm honest. So next one is Superstar. It's not a bad song, I just never really listened to it. I feel like it's just kind of there. Electric Touch and Castles Crumbling, I just never listened to. I don't know. There's songs off of Taylor's version, Speak Now, that I do like and listen to, as we'll see, but I don't know. They're not bad songs. I never put them on either of those. Next we have Robin, a beautiful song. Again, I just don't listen to it. We don't need to keep restating that. Next is Run featuring Ed Sheeran. From Lover, I Forgot That You Existed, It's Nice to Have a Friend, and then I did also put All of the Girls You Loved Before. I feel like I listened to All the Girls You Loved Before when it like first came out, but since then I just have like never played it, and then I really never listened to I Forgot That You Existed or It's Nice to Have a Friend. One from Folklore, which is Painful, but I did put Epiphany. It's a beautiful song. Again, I never play it. Like, I just don't. I'm sorry, I just don't. We also have I Look in People's Windows, Snow on the Beach, Labyrinth, Bigger Than the Whole Sky, Dear Reader, You're Losing Me, Who's Afraid of Little Me, In the Manuscript. Again, they're all like fine songs. I don't like feel bad or negatively about them, but there's so many other songs that I love so much more and that I actually listen to. So these are just kind of my like skips, I guess. But getting into some stronger feelings here, the next here is Left You at the Motel Bar. So these are songs that maybe I don't really like so much. Okay, let's just go through it. Let me preface, Life of a Showgirl, just wasn't the album for me. So there are quite a few songs from Life of the Showgirl on here. I just don't listen to that album, which is crazy to me because I never thought Taylor would release an album like now that I just like wouldn't listen to, but I just don't. And there's some songs that like I like, but it's just really not the album for me. So love Taylor, but just gonna preface that. So from Life of the Showgirl that I do not listen to, we have Canceled, Eldest Daughter, Wishlist, Elizabeth Taylor, Wood, Opalite, The Life of the Showgirl, The Fate of Ophelia, Actually Romantic, and Honey. Yeah, I don't necessarily think they're all like bad songs, but I never really play the album as a whole, so I just never really listen to those. And then I also have We Were Happy and That's When. I just think that there's better Fearless, Taylor's versions tracks. I guess We Were Happy, it probably could have gone on I Forgot That You Existed. I just don't listen to that. That's When, honestly, same thing. I just don't really listen to that song. I do have a few tracks from Red, more so Red, Taylor's version, but I do have some from Red. The first one's Girl at Home. This is the only track off of Red that I feel like I went my whole life really not liking. I mean, obviously it's not a bad message, like, don't cheat on your girlfriend with me, but also it's like, I don't know. It's just never really been my favorite track. And then also from Taylor's version, I have Message in a Bottle, Forever Winter. Oh, I also have The Moment I Knew, which is another one that I don't really dislike The Moment I Knew as much as I don't like Girl at Home, but I love all of Red, and I went my whole life without ever really listening to that song that much. Like, I feel like it would come on, I'd just be like, whatever. Like, there's so many other songs I just love. So The Moment I Knew always just kind of faded to the background for me. Maybe one day I'll connect with her, and Message in a Bottle and Forever Winter are just songs. I feel like Red, Taylor's version, was so strong that those are just songs that, again, they kind of just faded to the background for me. Same with Run with Ed Sheeran. I feel like the rest of them I loved, so for those songs I just never really listened to them, and they just kind of, in my opinion, pale in comparison to some of the other read Taylor's version songs. From 1989, I have This Love, which I'm sure is a very unpopular opinion. Again, that's another one I've just never liked that song. I just don't know why. I feel like it's very, like, quintessential 1989 vibes. Like, sonically, I do like it. And now it just reminds me of The Summer I Turned Pretty, honestly. But I've never been a fan of that song. I mean, obviously you can just sit and listen to a song and enjoy it and not deep the message that much. But, like, I don't really, like, connect with the this love will find its way back to us kind of vibe. Not that I don't believe in that, but, like, I believe in moving on, okay? So I've just never really connected with that song that much. I have Cassandra from Tortured Poets Department. Something about, like, the beat or something I think I'm just not a fan of, like, the piano. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not really a huge fan of that song. I do have one from Folklore, which I know, Folklore. I did put Mad Woman. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I would put Mad Woman in I Forgot That You Existed, because I don't dislike the song, I just never listen to it. It's a good message and everything, but there's just some songs you just, like, don't really click with and you don't really have an explanation, and that's just one of them. From Midnights, I have Vigilante Shit. This is probably, other than some of the Life of the Showgirl songs, honestly, I think that Vigilante Shit might be, like, one of my least favorite Taylor Swift songs ever. I love her so much, but the Sharp Enough, what is it? Draw cat eye sharp enough to kill a man, like, just kills me every time it comes on. I don't think I really connect with her songs where she is, I don't want to say trying to be, like, intimidating, but, you know, she is my millennial queen, okay? And sometimes it can come through, I feel like, in the lyrics of the music, and that is just one of those songs that I feel that way. Last one in this section is from Torture Poets Department. I have My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. That's probably my least favorite one off of Torture Poets. I think it's the chorus that I don't love about it that much. I don't know what it is about it. Yeah, I think it's the chorus. Maybe it's the way she, like, keeps going when she says toys. It just doesn't, I don't love it in my brain. But now we have that negative section over with, not even negative, but songs that I don't love as much, we can look at all the songs that I very much do love. Actually, kind of love. The next tier is depends on my mood. So I would say I like all of these songs. Like, I do like all of them. It just depends on the mood. I would, like, they would come on in the car and I'll just, like, leave them on and vibe to them. Not so much songs that, like, I'm ever like, I need to listen to this right now kind of thing. I guess I'll try to take this album by album from now on, like, within the tiers to make it a little more easier to understand. So the only one from debut that I have, and this one is I'm Only Me When I'm With You. Wholesome, adorable little song. It's a good beat and everything. Yeah, just depends on my mood, obviously. From Fearless, we have Bye Bye Baby, Today Was a Fairy Tale, You All Over Me, Comin' With the Rain, Untouchable, and Change. I guess I'll start with talking about Change. I feel like the song Change is so nostalgic for me, but I think with Taylor and her lyricism, I mostly connect to when she's being more specific in things that she's saying. So I feel like songs like Change or Long Live, they're kind of just, like, generic, like revolutionary songs, you know what I mean? Like, I understand it's about, well, actually, Long Live's about the fans. I don't even know really what Change is about. I feel like it's just kind of like a generic song, and I listened to it growing up, and I know all the lyrics, and, like, I love the song, but it's never really something that I ever go out of my way to listen to. And then the rest of them are just songs I don't feel like that strongly about. I do like Untouchable. I will listen to that sometimes, like, put it on, but I would still put it on, depends on my mood, because I probably listen to that, like, a few times a year, if that. Same thing with Bye Bye Baby. I never really listen to that, honestly. These are songs that, like, I like them, but again, just I don't feel that strongly about. Then getting into Speak Now, I have Superman, Innocent, Speak Now, Long Live, Timeless, and When Emma Falls in Love. I guess I'll start with Speak Now. I feel like that's probably, like, the most shocking. I mean, I do love Speak Now. It's such, like, a nostalgic song. It's so, like, cute and funny. And it's fun to just, like, have fun and listen to songs. But also, I feel like as I get older, that one's, like, you can't really sing that and relate to it kind of thing. I guess, like, unrequited love kind of situation. But I know I just said I like specific songwriting, but that's obviously extremely specific. And yeah, it's a cute, fun song. But I feel like as I get older, it's just not one that I go to, like, specifically put on. Long Live, kind of the same thing I said with Change. It's, like, a great song. I love that it's kind of about the fans and stuff, but also I feel like it just kind of sounds like a like generic like movie soundtrack song, so it's just not something that I ever really go to put on myself. And then the rest of them are just kind of there. When Emma Falls in Love, I like that one. Same with Timeless. Yeah, they're songs that I like, but I just like them. I don't have anything from 1989. Looking at Reputation, I have Look What You Made Me Do and So It Goes. Yeah, I just never really put those on, to be honest, but like if they played in the car, I mean, I don't like hate the songs, like they're fine. I know the lyrics, I could listen to it and vibe to it, but they're just like not my favorites, especially compared to a lot of the other Reputation songs.
Okay, it seems there was a few songs that I accidentally skipped over throughout this process, so my little voice is going to be popping in here a few times where necessary. But as you can see, I also added Dancing with Our Hands Tied from Reputation to this tier section. I think that the song has grown a lot on me over the years. It really never used to be my favorite, and now I like it more than I used to. And obviously, very indicative of the tier group, I listen to this one when I feel like the time is right and I'm in the right mood, but it's just never really a song that I like casually listen to. So yeah, Dancing with Our Hands Tied.
From 1989, I have The Man, You Need to Calm Down, Me, and then Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. I feel like The Man, You Need to Calm Down, and Me, those make sense. They're like the singles from the album, and like they're catchy and like upbeat, like good message songs. Like I loved hearing them at the Eras tour and stuff, but I just don't ever really like go to put those on myself. Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, I don't know, I've never like loved that song. I don't dislike it obviously, but it's definitely not one of my faves. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's another one that I just like can't seem to relate to or anything, but that's just not one of my faves. From Folklore, I do have a few from Folklore. I have Illicit Affairs, Hoax, and Betty. Hoax, I remember I had like a period where I really liked that song. I love the bridge in that song, but now I probably haven't listened to it in years, honestly. So I do like it, but it's just never one that I reach for too often. So that's why I put that there. Illicit Affairs and Betty, I know, they're great songs, but there's just other songs that I love so much more from Folklore. Illicit Affairs is a gorgeous song, but it's really sad, and I think it makes me sad to listen to. So that's why it's in this one. Depends on my mood, obviously. And then Betty, listen, it's such a catchy song, and there's so many parts of it that I love, and I can get down to Betty, but you just can never make me sympathize with a cheating man, to be honest. So when I listen to that, I'm like, whatever. So that's the ones I have from Folklore. And then from Evermore, I have Happiness, Coney Island, and Closure. I think they're all like great songs in their own right, but these are probably like my least played songs from Evermore. They're just like whatever, they're there for me. From Midnights, I have Lavender Haze. I think that I would like it more, honestly, if it hadn't been a single, because it is catchy, but I think at this point it's so like single-fied. I'm gonna use that as a word. It's so single-fied that that's just what I think of it as. When something's just played on the radio so much and used for so many like commercial purposes, I guess, it just kind of becomes like a commercially song in your head. So I feel like that's how Lavender Haze is for me. It's a good song and I can listen to it and like it, but it's just not like the same to listen to anymore. It's just like a little bit overplayed. And then from Torture Poets Department, I have Fortnite, I have Torture Poets Department, Florida, I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, and The Albatross. Florida's a banger sometimes. I really like the beat of Fortnite. That's probably like my favorite out of this group of songs. A lot of the like lyricism I think on some of these songs is more poetic than it is poppy, which is literally called the Tortured Poets Department, so that makes complete sense. But sue me, I like my lyrics rhyme, okay? So I think a lot of them, when it's more like poetic, like rambling kind of thing, which I feel like is especially how Fortnite and Tortured Poets Department are, and they're extremely specific lyrics. Again, I know I said I like the specificity, but the Charlie Puth line that kills me every time. I don't dislike them. There's a lot of elements that I like about all the songs. They're just not my favorites.
Sorry guys, hopefully these will be the last ones that I accidentally skimmed over, but I did also put Antihero, Father Figure, and Ruin the Friendship in this list. Antihero, it's grown on me a lot since it came out. It never really was my favorite. I really like the beat, and I always love like an upbeat sounding song that kind of has like a sadder and deeper message when you actually listen to the lyrics. but I don't love like the bridge, like the "hey, it's me" part. It's just not, that part's not my favorite, which brings down the song a little bit to me, but it's still really catchy. And if it like comes on in the car and stuff, like it's not something I'm gonna, you have to skip this. Like, I like it, I listen to it when the time is right, okay? And then Father Figure and Ruin the Friendship, obviously we remember that's not my favorite album ever, so I feel like these songs kind of get the short end of the stick from me because I just don't really listen to the album that much in general. But Father Figure is probably my favorite song off the album. Again, I feel like I would listen to it a lot more had it been attached to a different project, but because I just don't play like Life of the Showgirl as a whole that often, I don't listen to this song as often. But I think it's really catchy. I love the lyrics, love that song. And then Ruin the Friendship, it's another one that I think is super catchy. I love like the music behind it. Shout out again, one of my best friends, Peyton, she loves the song and she plays it in the car, and like I enjoy how it sounds when she plays it, but it's just another one that I just don't intentionally play that much myself. I think that the message is kind of like specific to her. I mean, I guess not. Anyone can relate to that message of take advantage of the moment and don't let yourself regret things that you can't change in the future. But the story itself is pretty specific to her. And again, it's just attached to a project that I don't listen to that much anyways. So it just doesn't get played super often for me. But I like the song and I enjoy it, excuse me. So let's get back into it.
Okay, people, moving on to the biggest category by far. I'm going to try to not talk too long about each of these. But next tier is She's Really Good. Between this tier and the next one, which is Marvelous Tune, I would say they're pretty similar. Like, from here on out, these are all songs that I listen to and really enjoy. I wanted to separate them a little bit more because there is so many songs. So when I get to the next tier, those are songs that I like a step above these ones. But these are all songs that I love, listen to. Yeah, let's get started, I guess. I just said I was going to do it album by album now, but this is all mixed up and there's a lot of songs in this tier, so I changed my mind. I'm not doing it album by album. We're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna talk briefly. This is turbo mode. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. Love this song. Gorgeous song. So sad. I just feel like because of how slow it moves, there are like sad songs off Red that I just enjoy more than Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, but love that song. Long story short, I really like the beat and I listen to the song a good amount. But I feel like it's one of those I just put on and I listen to and I just kind of like, I'm not really like deeping it too much, I guess. It's a good catchy song. I like it. Tim McGraw, obviously such a nostalgic song. I love Tim McGraw. I love the chorus. It's so catchy. This is her star. This is OG Taylor. The music video, it's also nostalgic. Yeah, she's really good. That's where I put her. Next we have Starlight. Such a catchy, cute little song. I feel like she does have obviously better like upbeat songs about feeling giddy about a guy and thinking about the future and stuff, but it's just a cute little song. Hits different. Honestly, I listen to this song kind of a lot, actually. I feel like when I think about my favorite songs, this doesn't necessarily ever like register, but whenever it comes on, I listen to it. I think it's so catchy. I love that it's like such a upbeat, cute pop vibe with like really sad, depressing lyrics and they're still like poetic lyrics, like how Midnight's in Tortured Poets Department is, but just over more like a super catchy pop vibe. I love that one. Welcome to New York. So iconic. Being in New York and listening to this song is like the biggest vibe ever. It's not necessarily one that I listen to that much off 1989, but I love that song. Tolerate It. I feel like this one has not stood the test of time as well with me. I feel like I listened to it way more when Evermore came out than I do now, but I still think it's a like gorgeous, great song. My opinion hasn't necessarily changed on it, so I don't know, maybe I just need to like reconnect with her. This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. This is another one that I feel like I listened to this song all of the time in high school. This is my jam. I still have so much love for it in me, but it's just like not my favorite song anymore. Next I have Glitch from Midnight's. Actually, I have a few from Midnight. So we have Glitch, Sweet Nothing, Karma, High Infidelity, and The Great War. Oh, a few more actually. We also have Paris, Bejeweled, and Question. They're all great songs, just not like my top tier ones from Midnight's, but I love all these. I would say specifically I love Bejeweled. I think it's so cute and catchy, and I love Question. I think that one's like so good and like an interesting weird beat. I don't know. I also love The Great War, Glitch. I mean, I love all of those, honestly. Okay, then we have Shake It Off and How You Get the Girl. These are like such great nostalgic little 1989 pop songs. I feel like Shake It Off, a lot of people hate and think it's so annoying, but I feel like if you re-listen to it now, it's been so long since that song was like so overplayed that like it's kind of fun to listen to now. Like I enjoy it again. Then we have Willow. I think it's a great single. I think she's catchy. I play it sometimes, I listen to it, but it's kind of like flies under the radar for me, I guess. It's not really a song I feel super strongly about. Then I have Thank You, Amy. I feel like I was listening to this more when Tortured Poets first came out, and again, hasn't as much like stood the test of time for me, but I still think it's like a cute, not even cute, like I guess like sarcastic, funny, tongue-in-cheek little song. It's kind of like a mature version of Mean, which I love. So I have her there. The Alchemy, honestly, grown on me so much. I feel like I did not like it at first, and I more so do now. I will say I think I like the beat and stuff more than I like the lyrics, but it's a good song. Paper Rings, she's so cute. I love Paper Rings, such a good song. Nothing more to say. Then I have Don't You. Honestly, I think that Don't You is such a underrated Fearless Taylor's version track. I love that song. It's pretty slow. I know it's nothing like too exciting, but I just love the lyrics in it. I feel like it's just that like that Fearless vibe, kind of like chill, acoustic little Fearless vibe. So I love that song. Haunted, great song. Honestly, I think my entire life though, the song Haunted has kind of overstimulated me. Like I think it's such a good song, but it's really loud and it has like the bells and everything in it. So as much as I like that song, I think it overstimulates my ears. That's why it's like not as high on speaking out for me. Fresh Out the Slammer, that's another good one from Tortured Poets. I feel like I listened to that more when it came out than I do now. It's not my favorite off the album by any means, but it's a good song. New Romantics. I feel like to me, New Romantics and Welcome to New York, they like just exist in the same world. Like they kind of are one song. Love that song. Such a cute little fun pop song. It's just such a good pop album. Like I feel like all like the beats, it's just all so good. Next we have Never Grow Up. I feel like I'm rediscovering the song. Not that I ever forgot it, but I loved the song when I was younger, and I think I haven't listened to it in a long time. And now I'm 23, and life is getting real, and I just get it. I get it. So I love Never Grow Up. That's such a nostalgic song. I do think that, like, to me, Never Grow Up and The Best Day kind of exist in the same world. And I think that I like The Best Day more than Never Grow Up, which is why it doesn't get listened to quite as much. Looking at the rest of the Evermore songs, I have Marjorie, It's Time to Go, No Body, No Crime, and Cowboy Like Me, and Evermore. I think these are all great songs. Marjorie is so sad, obviously. It's so sentimental. I love the messages in it. I love like the advice that she gives from her grandmother into the song. I think it's so sweet. It's Time to Go. That's another one that just like, I feel like it makes me feel sentimental and stuff. I play it when the time is right. It's a great song. No Body, No Crime. So catchy. I love that song. I feel like a lot of this category are songs that I really love, but maybe don't like relate to as much, because for me, like the best songs are songs that sound great, I love, and also like I feel like they were written for me and for my life. So I feel like that's why a lot of these songs I have them here, because I think they're great songs and I love to listen to them, but I don't listen to them like this is so me, and that's like what really makes me connect with a song. And then same with Cowboy Like Me. That one's grown on me a lot, honestly. I love Cowboy Like Me. It's such like a slow, cute vibe. It reminds me of what's that show? Oh, The Queen's Gambit. I don't know if I saw an edit to that or something, or if it just reminds me of it just because like storyline wise it does make sense, but I feel like I always have like a Queen's Gambit edit going in my head whenever I listen to that song, which I love. So, and then Evermore, I feel like that's a depression song, which is so real. I listen to that when I'm feeling sad. I feel like it's also just like listening to that in like the dead of the fall or the dead of the winter when you're just kind of like ugh, and you're just like sitting in the car and have that on. It's just such a vibe. So I do love that song. Next I have Ready For It. I think that's a great song. It's just I never really listen to that often. I feel like I need to get back into my Reputation phase. I don't know. It's such a good hype song. I loved when she started the Reputation tour with it. Yeah. Next I have Exile. Okay, Exile is such an amazing song. Obviously, I just don't listen to it quite as much anymore, to be honest. I think it's such a great song, but it's really sad. It's a heavy song. So I do love it, but there's just other songs from Folklore that I love so much more. Then we have The Last Great American Dynasty. yeah, this is another one that's just like so catchy. I love like the storytelling behind it. I love how at the end she like flips it back to, and then I moved into the house or whatever. I love the message behind it. I love like the independent woman of it all, obviously. And that is that. How did it end? This one's so good. I love like the humming in it. Again, I love like the storytelling and how she's obviously talking about her own life, but like almost telling it through a third party point of view. I feel like that's what she did with a lot of folklore, maybe just taking things that she's heard about or gone through in her life and like applying it to a fictional story. I think the storytelling in that one's so good. The bridge, obviously, so good. Iconic. One of the best bridges off the album, I think. So that's a great song. Next is Better Than Revenge. I mean, this was my jam again in like high school. Middle school, high school. I obviously understand why she did it, but I low-key wish for Taylor's version she would have kept it as it was. But it doesn't really matter now. Obviously, we can listen to either version, so I get my OG mattress line. Again, I feel like that's another one that I listened to a lot more in my like childhood than I do now, but it's still something I can always like jam to. Okay, next is Gorgeous. I think Gorgeous is so catchy and cute. I do think that there's just like a few, like some of the lines in the bridge, like stumble on home to my cats. Well, honestly, she would say that now, actually. But I was gonna say, I feel like there's a few elements of that song that are maybe kind of like didn't age that well, that make it just kind of, I don't want to say corny, but it just is like it's just like a fun little like jokey kind of song, which is its purpose, so I understand that. But I feel like because of that, it's maybe I would listen to it more now if it didn't have some of those elements that I feel like made it feel so like, when did this album come out? So like 2017-ish, I guess, or whatever, whenever this came out. But I still think it's a really great song. I feel like it's such a cute song to listen to when you have a crush and you're feeling giddy or whatever. Next, I have Say Don't Go. I like this song more than I ever expected to. I don't know, it's just another one of those ones that I don't think about that often as being like a favorite Taylor song, but whenever it comes on, I always play it. I always jam to it. I think it's so catchy. I love the chorus. Crying, crying. It was so bad, but yeah. That's such a good song. I feel like it's another maybe like underrated 1989 Taylor's version song. Next I have Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. I think the song is so underrated. But I love the bridge in it. The storytelling is so good. The way she like flows through the words, I don't know, it's just so satisfying to me. Kind of is like a similar vibe, I feel like, to How Did It End? Not message-wise, but just like sonically. So I think more people should give that song a chance. I think that song is very underrated. Let me go through the rest of the Torture Poets ones. I also have I'm Gonna Get You Back, So Long London, But Daddy I Love Him, Love of My Life, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, Clara Bow, and So High School. These are all songs that I like. I think they're all great songs. I listen to them when the time's right. They're good songs. They're just not as great to me as some of the other ones that we're gonna get into. I think specifically I really like I'm Gonna Get You Back. I feel like that's one of my more listened to ones out of this bunch. All the other ones, I like these songs, but just like not extremely strong feelings, or they're good songs. She's really good. Oh, okay, honestly, the next two, now that I'm looking at them, I maybe would put them the category up because I do really love both of these songs. And it's I Can See You and Is It Over Now? I Can See You, I feel like I didn't like it that much when it came out. I don't know why. It just felt like, again, it kind of felt just like generic to me. I don't know. I didn't love it. But now I feel like I don't hear it as much on TikTok or any of that anymore. I feel like I really love it now. I've been listening to it a lot. So I feel like it's finally starting to hit the spot for me. I even would put it maybe a category up. Same with Is It Over Now? The thing is, I love this song, but I think that I don't love it as much as everybody else loves it. Like, I know this is such a beloved song by the Swifties. I think it is really, really good, but it's, to me, there's so many other better 1989 songs, to be honest. But it is really good. Next, I have The Prophecy. Did I already say that? Oh, I don't know if I talked about The Prophecy, but I also have The Prophecy there. Again, out of all of the Torture Poets tracks that are in this tier, which are a lot, this is probably one of my more listened to ones. I really like The Prophecy. Like, obviously, I know for her, she probably wrote this from the standpoint of like looking at her career and being like, I feel like I've chosen this career and now like this is all I'm gonna get. I no longer have the choice to like have a soulmate or find love because of the path that I've chosen. which I can't necessarily relate to that, but I just think that it's such a telltale of her songwriting that I still can relate to the song so much, because even though I obviously am not famous or on that same path at all, I feel like I can also relate of just feeling doomed. I don't want to say doomed, but like just feeling like your path is already set in stone and there's nothing you can do to change it, which is not true, but we feel like that sometimes. I love the songwriting on that. Next is Mr. Perfectly Fine. I love this song. I think I did overplay it a little bit for myself though. If you would have asked me a year ago, this probably would have been higher. I think I just overplayed it so much that like I don't really listen to it that much anymore. I mean, that just goes to show how much I really do like the song. I think it's great because I listen to it a lot. I love the second pre-chorus. He's got his arm around a brand new girl. So good. Love that part. Love all of it, but specifically that part. I love the end, like the key change and turning it back around on him. Classic Taylor Swift writing. Next I have Crazier. I know I said I only included studio album tracks. I guess I lied because I do have Crazier on here. It's so nostalgic. Obviously it reminds me of the Hannah Montana movie. I think it's such a cute like romantic song. I do wish she would like re-record it now because it's so nostalgic hearing her like young vocals on that, but I think her vocals have come a long way, and I think that is one song that like I would like to hear re-recorded and see how her voice sounds on it now, and I think I would love it even more, but I still do love the song. Then I have New Year's Day. Obviously such a cute like romantic adorable song. I'm sure one day when I fall in love that's gonna be even more relatable and will go up on my list. I listen to it when the time's right. I just don't really listen to it too often, but I think it's a great song. And then I have Mirror Ball. Mirror Ball's so good. Obviously the bridge, like, just wow. I just think it's such a good metaphor, I guess, for her life and how she feels being like literally a disco ball that's like there to entertain people, and it stays up even when the room is empty and everybody's gone. Next is I Wish You Would. It's so good. I do think that that's another one that, I mean, I do love the production on that one, but like it is kind of, it's very 2016 or whatever. So probably it's just like a mid 1989 song for me. Okay, then from a few from Red, I do have Babe, I Almost Do, and Stay Stay Stay. They're all like great songs that I listen to, but there's just so many other Red songs that I love so much more. So yeah, they're just songs that I think they're good. I'm not like so in love with them, but I think they're good songs. Then we have Clean. Maybe I would put Clean up a tier, actually. It's kind of simple, I guess. Simple is not the right word, but it's like such a beautiful song about moving on, and like you can just relate it to anything about getting out of a bad situation and kind of trying to have to like heal yourself from something. After that, we have a few from Lover. I have Death by a Thousand Cuts, I Think He Knows, Daylight, False God, Afterglow. I will say I would put Death by a Thousand Cuts like above the other ones. Death by a Thousand Cuts, I feel like the bridge is just what makes it hit so hard, which I feel like is what has it in this category for me. I mean, I do really love the rest of the songs. I love the traffic lights metaphor. I feel like if it wasn't for the bridge, I wouldn't love the song as much. I feel like a perfect song to me is one that's like you love every part of it, so that's why it's a little bit lower down. And then I Think He Knows, Daylight, False God, and Afterglow. They're all really good songs that I like and I listen to, just like not as much as some of the other ones. They don't connect with me as some of the other Lover songs do. Then I have Breathe with Colby Calais. This one's so good. Such a nostalgic song. I don't know. She's so cute, so relaxing. Maybe I would put it up a tier. I don't know, just for like nostalgic purposes though. That's why I think ranking Taylor songs are so hard, because I have like a logical thought on like the songs themselves, and then I have like nostalgicness that I feel for the song. So it's kind of hard to compare songs that are more recent that I love because of like the production and the songwriting to songs that are from 2007 that I love because they're just like so nostalgic and they're a part of my childhood. Breathe is one of those. It's just so nostalgic to me, but it's not as good as some of the other songs, so I'm gonna keep it where it is. And then from Reputation, I also have I Did Something Bad and Don't Blame Me. I love Don't Blame Me, but I feel like that's another one that I maybe don't love like as much as the rest of the fandom. I feel like there's songs like that I don't like, songs that feel like they're written for like a villain in a movie kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I don't know why I don't not like Don't Blame Me, but I feel like that's what makes me not love it so much, is like the way, like I keep saying sonically, but like sonically kind of how it sounds. Same thing with vigilante shit. I love Madison Beer, but she came out with like her bonus tracks for her album, which I love this album that just came out. But one of the tracks, I think it's called Free. The way it sounds almost like it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like dark strings kind of sound and like that kind of vibe. I don't know why that doesn't click with me as much. It like throws me off. So that's what makes me not love that song as much. I know that doesn't really make sense. That's just how my mind is working, okay? And I have Seven. I think this is such a like beautiful, catchy folklore song. It's just nowhere near as played as any of the other folklore songs for me. Honestly, I maybe could even move it down to I Forgot That You Existed. I never really play this one. I think it's a really good song. I just don't listen to it that much.
And I still forgot two more. Okay, All You Had to Do is Stay. Love that. It's so catchy. I feel like every song on 1989 is so like, the melodies are so distinctly different, but still so catchy in their own way. And I love the high note in the chorus, obviously, so iconic. And then we also have Wonderland, which is another one that I love from 1989. I feel like whenever Taylor does like the like fairy tale comparison, it always just works so well for her, like using a fairy tale storyline to kind of explain a real life situation and feelings. It's gonna hit every single time. But those are the last two I forgot.
I think I just hit all the songs for She's Really Good. So the next tier is Marvelous Tune. I think I'm gonna take a little mental break. This is really taxing. There's just so many songs, like when I'm looking at them all together like this, it can be hard to gather my thoughts on each one and give my true opinion. So let's take a mental break, regroup. I'm gonna come back. We're doing Marvelous Tune.